So either, but boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else, and guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Always fun to see Patrick Mahomes, and we'll get a look at him here as he brings out the Chiefs offense. Likely, though, not going to be a second straight MVP season for Patrick Mahomes. Not anywhere near the 50 touchdowns that he threw a season ago, but maybe a more mature Patrick Mahomes this year. What do you say?
I would agree with that. And remember when we started this season, we kind of joked a little bit, a little tongue-in-cheek, that if he doesn't throw 50 touchdowns, everybody's going to talk about what a bad year Patrick Mahomes had. Don't forget, missed some time with a knee injury.
Yeah.
Kansas City's defense had its struggles. The bottom line is they went to New England not long ago and won. They didn't do that last year. Lost in New England twice, right? I mean, lost New England once in the regular season, then at home in the playoffs in the AFC Championship game in 2018. So to see that maturation where he can find a way to beat Tom Brady and the Patriots, I would agree that he's a better quarterback this year, even if the numbers don't support it.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Attack! Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because
he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. As the Ravens come back out here on offense, we talked about Lamar Jackson earlier, Charles, but these Ravens, they rolled through the middle part of the season. Couple losses in September, but undefeated in October, November, and rolled that into December. They've answered every big question thus far. The wins over Seattle, New England, Houston, the Rams, the Niners, and Bills as well. Are they the favorites to hoist the Lombardi Trophy in Miami on February 2nd?
I believe they are because they are a complete team. As much as Lamar Jackson powers everything on offense, he has Marquise Hollywood Brown out wide. He can throw the ball deep, too. Dependable tight ends led by Mark Andrews. Really good offensive line. Mark Ingram can run it. The defense comes at you from every imaginable angle. And if you're trying to prepare on offense...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
We play to win. Let's go.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, it's McCoy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 49 yards, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 44 yards. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. From the 27, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. On third down, Mark Ingram. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run-blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Chiefs. Let's go. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And a nice spin into some open field. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 53 yards, as they are able to cut into that lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear tossing. And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. And he gets it past the 30, but not much further than that. And the extra point attempt snuffed down.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews taking it in as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown. Then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
Tucker now to add the point after. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running the football, and they have the lead, though, so maybe he just personally wants to improve his play.
And that's without a doubt, because at the end of the game, he wants to feel like he had a really good hand in his team winning, if in fact they do go on and get that done. But the bottom line is finding a way to win the game. So if you're not playing that well, but somebody else is on the team, keep going to that hot hand.
Yeah, not over yet, but looking good here in the second quarter. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll run it with Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to McCoy. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. On 2nd down now. It's Williams. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously, in pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Throws left side, and he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Let's go.
Here now, a look at LaShawn McCoy. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's
able to extend their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so, as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic, a lot of fun to watch.
So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they're going.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Get a little gratified work.
They're going to try to maybe pump those. Let's see what they decide to do.
In 10. Jackson, it's picked up. His guys are going to take over at the Jeez, what did he do? Defense here.
Not a tip it.
For a 4th and end zone. 75 yards into that. And he's going to get in for to 14. When you only have 12
coming towards you, seal the edge with your tight end on those. You can get ahead of the runner.
And now here scores on the 4th quarter, but maybe you start
thinking challenge. Keep away.
Give him 15 yards down.
Fresh in this one, despite the heavy, well-conditioned, peak, late in ball game.
Keep it on the ground. He's got the braces down at the. It's a big run, 3 yards.
Stronger.
It was just as good here in the 4th.
I do believe someone put a lot of use of condition during this.
Into this, and he gets it all the. Another big hitter.
Brendan, every has always been out your cut. I think that's what we're saying.
You took the phrase. He has run them, and they will try again from the Kansas. Here's the get to go from this field. 30, and all the way in. That kickoff return, able to strike corner. So a heck of a start already in the end zone.
It happens too. Now you guys, I think for the team to be more aggressive. So if you're the offense better than your way, big one early.
Year-old running back, his on the game's first play.
You got to, and sometimes you just have to get it outside, bring him down.
We have 9 here.
that one all the way. But on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them. And
he went no 9.
Extra tight ends, extra beef, they run it inside. If you get, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative team nowhere to be found. They're going to go for this on the open.
Attack!
Here we go. Is it Pick Marlon Hump, shall we say, and to go for
Cal. Made a lot of faith in it.
Second and long outright. And he will rolling up. Get
first down, took him in a passing something.
With some space, he goes all the way and picks up. And Ravens from the target.
A lot of people went to them when this guy can make plays.
Yeah, this a bust 7 yard. Get a threat. 4 straight Chiefs, but still
was the defensive lines. Derek Jones, defensive tackle, helping the run get against the pack end. That is over for Kansas. And the team and in the playbook way too early.
Down double plan, being right. They're sticking to the game.
Ball left.
And this one goes no play on the play. 13. Yard line. It's up.
Intriguing decision there. Just on the in any event, penetration is
a surprisingly somewhat predictable, and it'll be a turn. What in the world?
Wonder what that back to.
Play means just zone that. Touchdown. Second as a Raven. He hit him early with it.
He's one of those ball players.
Sending out the run for having an arm. Second Ravens, nothing. Ernest Hill, the 30-yard line. That to take over. Already down 3. Facility to put any over by half.
Yeah, is calling every downfield. Submit patient.
10th kick. And he gets down. Him up until there was no containing.
They pop in their practice.
And a cheap 20 as they are now off. They're going to throw it. Oh, they got it.
If you do, that's too open to.
At the line, do their efforts in the line.
Think of what
how do you go? And Reggie Ray. Push further.
Because you're exactly
You're able to choose the lead. The low 2-player now. Fielded at the yard line. And it's getting ready. And
you know and they're really
off to the right. Chiefs touch on McCoy. Touchdown the Chiefs. First half he's fake. On Jackson. But no one was expelled more onto their lead.
The snappy T. Is the kicker's leg tired?
Now with this deficit, now you have T. That's
and I know he is mad at Bennett.
Would have been at his yard line.
Horrific. Couple tend to develop that.
We asked the can't
think because he used to be his eyes and go to guys are taking such great. You can still get explosive run.
They under that time. McCoy in for LaShuish. Tanser away from taking. Here's Mahomes. Had to throw it in and down.
Yeah, just had nowhere to go with the blick. Even a quick face out.
Will be in position as they shy a midfielder. Ingram for a Ravens touch. Mark Ingram out in play proves successful. Charles. Biking down on the other side of but it turns out just to be a
turns a quite get into that level block, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes when that block we got it at the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that block third, and which means you have to get back.
By McCoy. He's hit the third. And a Chiefs touchdown. Boy, Almertz folds and the Chiefs. You talk about the dominating forward. Escapes the sack. Failed win. To play, but it is a two-kick early. One success. He kicked it out of the
rest of it says you have one.
Ingram. Think about Marshall where he was sharing. Now he figures to be the top, although I guess you could put it up. The end zone. Catches two.
Talk about those ones that give your team a post to beat if you let them.
Yeah, they matters. So they elect.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Tough touch. Feel it at the goal. Past the 20.
Let's go.
City offense now is a first time you're going to play.
Just run out more mistakes. You get come out of the locker room and get really built up.
This is McCoy on the football as he'll be taken. Timeout down, making him sweat out the fun. It's McCoy, and he's about the 35. After 3. Both teams zooming. Unit as they'll have it to have the ball here for the inaugural deficit, though. We'll see what it is.
And I never coordinated actually hyped in what is there. They often talk of a game. A lot of them, they're scripting something and back into this game.
And they're going to just no cutback second on. And a base.
Let's go, folks.
Nothing fancy there, a little smash mouth, but it turns into a
Into the secondary. Right up into the secondary for a long.
and for a Chiefs touch. 2 yards to draw a bit closer. They had to have here in the third quarter.
I know that there's an emphasis on there. Know where we are, but so much.
Field here as they elect. Snap to Mahomes. Cook. And Hill point conversion is secure.
YT version, why you have more than one Bulls throughout right there.
Bring it back to just 4-yard line. The first possession of the touchdown, their last goal.
And when you don't work counters, staying on schedule.
It's one thing to grab it with one hand, but quite
one writing about from receivers now. It happened in my seat.
This one was over 20 yards. Again, a first down carry. And Ravens touched it. Gangrel tonight in front. And he certainly played it.
Everyone's not worried about the number. The bottom line, their lead, he wants
to kick it away. Nice work on the return. Offense about to simply Charles be lucky when they were able to push it in.
Knocked free, stood up. Guys at bat, one guy through and picks
6 shots.
Ball in this situation. Watching a team that has enough in that situation.
And they'll keep on the ground. And a minimal yard. Second down now. And he'll be brought. That one a first.
No quitting this guy. He wants to.
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And he gets just shy of the first down for here under the light.
For night games, for a certain way. They love the spot. Best seats in the house. Ball for his offensive teammates. They're trying to tackle him on.
Now in Baltimore is in the crowd of this quarter. Number 4. On second. And he loses the football. So the football defensively.
Defense and either advancing it the other way or to their offense. You're exactly right.
On there on the play, and then
they took that one from the little foot and spilled
down. And it's complete. We'll take it on. And the Chiefs are able to cut.
Drop defenses on the board. That particular play.
Now go for the 2 points. Now to throw. More here to narrow that. A big target. Those guys, especially around.
Who you're going to put on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have same coverage?
And 30, 10, touchdown. He goes a zone to the other, out in front.
I can't help it, partner. I've got turns for
teams and a lot of simultaneously, but we come down to 3 touchdowns. All the zone return on the kick. After the kick return, that'll carry over back. Kansas City, and they will be looking to do that again here for the D stop.
It always back down, feel more bounce in and out of the huddle.
Rashawn McCoy off to the right, 10, and he takes each touchdown. McCoy close up on that drive. Yards to the house.
Rare bench.
Looking end zone, but it shut the ball when you can't
say it, because I know you're thinking. You know what I know what you're playing on offense.
Now after the touchdown, and he will score. 3-yard kickoff. Ravens push for a lot of points on them, indicative of how this
teams go at it on the end zone. You know the blow that's coming, and that often it.
So as a return, 103 yards. About down back shy. Onto the feet. Mahomes across the 30 yards on that one. Kansas City, the century mark. His team now 30. And he will take it on. Cut into this partner. Are you having? We are an unchained.
If he all the touch, need to build a new trophy room.
Maybe a
phenomenal. He's going to reward well for helping him get to this.
And this one travels out of the onside kick try. They'll fake Jackson, and it's picked up at him 26-yard line.
Partner, that one had to make a play in order to
Shot in the down.
better feeling the rowers.
He barely
Real excited, but the big putting him there. That line of scrimmage.
and it's fourth down. The Chiefs in position. Little time at the football. About
The old explain. Yes.
line field. They do very little reason he's left. And hit up by the. They're going to get the fly.
Mistakes. That's a. I know you're mad, coach. But
Hopes are the many. Hope you could have seen it
and taken away.
40. Yellow.
on first out at the 20.
Into this game down.
They open on the ground.
It's a
McCoy down. It's McCoy. And line, but no further than third and
right. Didn't appear to be a run blitz.
and short of the first. Offensive explosion help leads.
We fully accept much easier when there's them to play with all flow.
Cook it up and go to got more boards than gourmet. Anything I ever do is talk. I don't wear ball. I am not a rapper, they all. I got power up and love me, semicolon. Go with match and I better get set. Mess around with me and I done it. I'm all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Batman when I gotta get green. Show the whole game. Gourmet. I go super top rank. Cook it up, super saiyan, go tanks. Got more boards in the shop.
Every beat is getting beat out. Like how you get every week now?
Everybody, it's the courage of the story. We've got a real treat to green the Kansas City Ravens. This is fielded past him. Yeah, and he'll get it up across the line. Sean McCoy time to the 26 on the game's first. The first down. And he's able to get out to the here's McCoy. To about the 39 here. 7 leaves him with a second. The success there, Charlie. I'm curious to see if that continues as we
Variety in play calling and usually between strictly the run game, run it inside, run it outside.
a game.
Percentage, take care of this early. Big day.
You know where
you can and a change.
play changes the complexion of things. Side the 30. McCoy. If McCoy off to the races for a Kansas. LaShawn McCoy. Andy win chances. He'll go for 2. Holmes. Lost the football. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8. Maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them out the end zone for the 2-point play.
Kicking team.
Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy.
Automatic
Keep it in the
first down.
Field of play and let your guys cover.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
I'm coming after you.
They run the counter. Ingram. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
53, Mike. Here we go.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson buying time to his left. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. On second and 12, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson flush to his right. Reggie Ragland. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 58 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he's in for two. The fake works, and they take the lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
Think they still have.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 57 yards. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And McCoy is in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Running right, this is Ingram. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So we've reached halftime. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
This is taken at the 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it with McCoy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again to McCoy. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your side. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Back now in Baltimore. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And McCoy loses the football.
Let's go, baby.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 27 yards. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. To throw, it's Mahomes.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
Back to throw. On the move to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football.